June 25th, the day we leave for Philmont. Sky is beautiful.
Hey, is that thing on? Hey, is that thing on? Hello, is that thing on?
Yes.
Oh, don't take any more. Hey, there it is again.
Hey, turn that off.
Hey,
Listen to me. I said turn that.
come on.
Are you? What's your name?
Look, up there. They are in the trunk.
Mama got me a man.
That's
what she did.
And this wild.
Oh, we gotta sleep.
Yes, we just ate at McDonald's in Jasper, Alabama.
Awful lot.
This is Glenn Kubler's brother.
Quick, we got right here splattered.
From Oklahoma City to Amarillo, make sure every vehicle is full of gas because there's but one service station. One. And it is a true.
This is the site of the Oklahoma bombing in Oklahoma City. Federal building.
What? What you talking about? Let's go.
Go get in.
You gotta read this stuff.
Hello.
Oh,
Get in the car.
Tell me to get in the car.
I just told you to.
You want to start something? You want me to make you? You want me to kick your butt right here on the street in front of everybody and embarrass you?
coming into Logan.
Use Lake State Park.
Yes, we're at the Iaka Motel. It is a cute tree. It looks like one of them. Looks like one of them mean trees. Like one of them Japanese mean trees. Bonsai.
It is extremely much cooler here than it was anywhere else on the trip.
Yes,
Are you recording?
I'm recording. Yes.
Get a picture of the scab.
Oh, scabs, please.
It's a bonsai tree.
It's a mean tree.
What?
It's a mean tree.
It's the singing bush.
This is not the burning bush.
Singing bush.
Yes, we're in Logan, New Mexico. Place looks deserted.
The room numbers, yeah.
E.T. phone home. So we think. Well, some of the guys went swimming. And these guys are cooking supper. Hamburgers and chicken.
Out here on the prairie.
Grilled chicken. Huh? He's not cooking. He's sitting in his rocking chair. He's doing what a good wood badger should. We'll badger him a little bit.
Said they've done that again in a million years. Well, catch them, shake them up, throw them in a book. Yeah.
I think
School lunch, get somebody water might pick it up, throw it in, and slam it.
Everybody take a picture of the pretty house.
Ain't laying right now. All sorts. Wide open that.
No way.
1,100 to 100. 220. Hey man, that 1020 is 200. I got 1140 for sales.
That's out.
I'll take me back.
Also to
Well, I get the meat. Yeah. Welcome, all right.
The license plate numbers on those. Or is it just one?
They're not staying.
One.
What's the brown? Elevation. Elevation. What's the fancy name for those?
To
Line. Okay. There's also black on this map. What's black stand for? What? Grid line, camp, riding. You got the tour permit? Shut up. Real quick, we were talking about maps, right? Yeah. Right. Okay. Good deal. So you got the colors. Name some off for me real quick. Red, blue, white, green, brown, black. You guys understand all those colors? It's pretty simple. All right. You guys like jokes?
Right there.
And you know, someone lost a 4-wheel drive.
Okay, here's the deal. To begin with, crew leaders. Have you guys been here before? No? Okay.
I have.
You have. Okay, then this is going to be old news to you, okay? These are your crew leaders' copy. This is the most important thing for you for the next 12 days. It's more important than the air that you're breathing. If you lose this crew leader's copy, your crew doesn't eat. Your crews don't do program. You don't do anything. We cannot get one to you in the backcountry, okay? So, don't lose it. You're the only two people that are responsible for these copies, all right? So, don't hand them off to somebody and don't give them to your advisors. You already have advisors.
I was just thinking about that. Alright. Okay. Oh yeah, we need to put that in. You can put this stuff in. This here is your condiment bag. Comes along with the green scrubby here. You can cut up to like smaller pieces or whatever you want to. This is all we're going to give you. Also comes along with a salt and pepper shaker. Once these tabs on here come off, they will not stick back on, so you have to put duct tape, mold foam, or even a band-aid on them. That will work. Comes along with 10 package of sugar. This is the crew's food, not for the advisor's coffee. Got a bottle of camp suds here. It's extremely concentrated soap. All you need is 2 or 3 drops to do a batch of dishes. You can use it on anything, hair, clothes, said dishes. You can use it to brush your teeth. If you use it to brush your teeth, do not swallow it, or else, well, there's not enough toilet paper in camp to handle what will happen to you.
Simple.
Then the same number of inner socks. Okay, they say 2 pair of wool socks on here and 3 pair of inner socks. That's redundant. I mean, your inner socks are going to dry a lot faster than your wool socks. So just carry the same amount, whatever. Doesn't matter. 3 changes of underwear. You don't need 3 changes of underwear. Okay? You need 1. 1 pair. No. Anyway, don't forget your underwear, your drawers. But if your mom sent you out here with 10 pair of plain underwear, 1 for each day, no. Leave them here. Where are we at? Hiking shorts, 2 pair. Wear 1, carry 1. It's pretty simple. I have to wear these, cottons. I wouldn't if I didn't have to. Whatever you guys have, Umbros, you know, Patagonia sells some really cool shorts. North Face sells some really cool special wick-away shorts or whatever. So whatever you have, it doesn't matter. Shorts are shorts. But wear 1, carry 1. Long sleeve shirt, and also down here they also have. They've got a sweater, sweater or jacket. Okay. You guys have polar fleece? Nobody? You got a polar fleece? Okay, cool.
Be at Philmont tonight.
Yeah.
Let's just give a big hoorah to God. Hoorah! Y'all excited?
Yeah.
Amen. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be alive. Now, I want to give you some instructions tonight. The other night, a bunch of deer came by here and basically stopped out there. And every night, about 7 o'clock, we have all kinds of deer back here. That means that some of you have a tendency to look at the deer and to forget about what we're doing. I want you to see the deer. I want you to enjoy God's creation. I want you to look at the mountains. And I just want you to be at home. This is your chapel, and we're glad you're here. So if you see the deer tonight, it's okay if you want to look at the deer. Just look with your eyes and listen with your ears. I call this God's chapel. And sometimes someone will say to me, what about the other chapels? Aren't those God's chapels too? And I say, yes, those are God's chapels, but I want you to look around. Have you ever been in the chapel when you can see the clouds descending upon the mountains? See the deer in the distance, mountains all around? This is God's chapel. You're in God's sanctuary tonight, and we're going to make the best of it and have a great time.
Straight of rain. Not just any kind of rain. It was downpour where you had to pick yourself up by the nape of the neck and just throw yourself out of the shelter. You had to move. You had to go, or else you could not waste the time. So you just, but it didn't matter. If it was sun shining, then you walked in wet with sweat. I'm a profuse sweater, and as I would sweat, it would run down my legs into my boots, and it was squashed just like I'd walk through a mud puddle. So they knew I was coming because of the squashing that went on. But it was a great experience with God.
The snack bar will be open after trading post. I mean, after campfire.
It's open now. It opens at 8.
Is it?
Yeah, but that guy's size like 5 minutes. Jesus.
Where y'all from?
Georgia!
What's your Texas? Minnesota? Georgia?
That's not a state.
Okay, chill down.
That was not a state. Yeah, but
Okay, settle down because tonight I'm going to tell you a story, a fascinating story, a page from the history of this land and its people. Now this tale does not begin here where we sit tonight, but far away, thousands of miles north and west. It begins with an ancient Indian. Tribes of almost forgotten past wanderers who were destined to eventually settle here in what is now the American Southwest. My name is Akuma, and I'm a Pueblo Indian. The tale I tell is an ancient one. It begins in an Asian land when the ancestors of my people journeyed southward in wandering bands. For centuries, they were hunters. Their destiny was to roam, for the land was their sacred home. It was out here, in the arid Southwest, that a new civilization was born. For the Great Spirit, with all his wisdom, gave my people the gift of corn. They ceased their wandering and planted crops. The corn sprung up like tides.
where streets were paved with gold. I had no wife, no woman, no dark-eyed maid. I had but one companion, my trusty Spanish blade. We were not conquistadors. The king had outlawed such practices, but we did take what we wanted from the Indians. We thought they were mere savages, children of nature, and it could only be improved by forcing them to accept our God and our king. Well, the business of colonizing was not as romantic or glorious as you would suppose. So now I have much time to think about what I have done. Shed no tears of grief for me, for I have chosen the life I live. And with my trusty Spanish blade, I carve my name into the inscription. That's my spirit. It was all that is left to me in this land. My name is Billy Bob Joe Tex Wildcat Rufus McConnell. I came west in 1824 to be a mountaineer. And there's many others just like me. All Jed and Jake and Bo and Luke and Cooter and Uncle Jesse and Daisy too. We're a wild breed around here. Now, our mountain life is lonesome. But I've heard to say, I'd rather break dance at Seagrass Bear than live my life another way. We wandered over hills and valleys, anywhere that flowed a stream, for there lay the riches of our dream. That lay in the beaver, furry pelt we sought, from the European market a goodly price it brought. And we trapped and killed that beaver and sold his pelts in town, so European dandies could wear hats of glossy brown. Now our mountain life was bleak, remote. We were a lonesome crew. Once a year we headed for the good old rendezvous. For 3 full days and 3 full nights, we danced and drank and wenched till the fiddlers fell exhausted and our year-long thirst was quenched. We cussed and hollered and told tall tales. We caroused the whole night through. You knew for sure the wild men had gathered for a wild man's rendezvous. But back when it was over, to the vastness of the peaks, to the soaring of the eagles and the solitary creeks. No one there to greet us, and only that beaver to pursue. Nothing left but memories of that good old rendezvous!
Hello! I said hello!
Hello!
Nice to meet you. I wasn't expecting company, but it sure is nice to see a stranger. My name's Casey. I'm a rancher fly. It gets awful lonely out here. I haven't seen a stranger in nearly 60 days. The nearest town is 50 miles that way, and the fastest way is by team of horses. Not only is it lonely being a rancher fly, but it's hard work too. Why, just this morning I had to kill a rattlesnake to protect my young.
My life? Y'all want to know about my life? People don't ask me much about my life, you see. It ain't worth all that much. Oh, I got a salary and all, little house on the edge of town. But the life of a lawman in the territory ain't no bed of roses, I can tell you. You see, the hours are worse than the ranchers got. Ain't no great shakes, you can get killed at any time. And all this gunfighter stuff you read about in them dime novels, it's just a bunch of stories. More likely to get shot in the back or ambushed and covered. That's more like what really happens. They're a bad bunch, these outlaw types. Bunch of no accounts and bums, I say. Ain't nothing like them heroes in them books. See, I've shot at bad men and been shot at myself. I even killed a man once. Though I expected he needed killing, I didn't like it none, and I think about it nearly every night. Ideally, most of the squabbles now that the range wars were over and big land companies bought up all they wanted. This used to be a big country. I reckon it still is, but ain't near so wild as it once was. No matter. I'll still be able to be here. And so will the law.
Of the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America. Mr. Clapp's donation added the 10,098 acres of Baldy Mountain mining area that made Philmont what it is today. But it was all started with a donation from Mr. Wade Phillips. In 1922, Wade Phillips bought the ranch that George H. Webster had for sale and set about building the Villa Philmonte, now the central part of Philmonte's trading center. In addition, Phillips built hunting and fishing lodges such as those at Fish Camp and Cimarroncito. When the Boy Scouts received the property, they named it Philturn, and name derived from Phillips and his good turn. Mr. Phillips made another gift in 1941, which brought the total property to 127,395 acres. He also gave the Boy Scouts of America a Phil Tower office building in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to support the operation. Mr. Phillips had decided that more than he and his family should enjoy the beauty of this Philmont.
Nothing worthwhile was ever accomplished without the vision to start, the enthusiasm to continue, and, despite some temporary setbacks, the persistence to complete. I was born in Iowa in 1883, and it was my good fortune to live on a farm, where I got to live and work in the outdoors. I had many adventures along the tempered creeks of that area. At the age of 16, my brother Wyatt and I left home and headed out west to seek new adventure in the shining mountains. It has always been a lifelong dream of mine to live outdoors and to experience the wilderness firsthand. But, unfortunately, good dreams don't always last. With the death of my brother in 1902, I returned home to Iowa to live with my family. I became a bookkeeper, and I began to work for my brothers. It was they who taught me the Oklahoma oil business. I started buying oil leases and eventually did pretty well. After I sold my accumulated holdings, I started my own enterprise, the Wade Phillips Company. For the next year, I ate, slept, and drank the oil business. It all paid off in October of '25 when a New York investment house bought my company. It was then that I started to buy land. I bought some in Colorado, some in New Mexico. In fact, I bought the land that you're sitting on right now. It was here, on this land, that I realized my lifelong dream. I was able to raise cattle, to hunt, to fish, to ride horses, and to enjoy the wilderness. My family and the many guests that I invited here were able to do the same thing. But after a few years of limiting the use of this land to just the people that I knew, I felt it necessary to branch out and let others use the land. I'd led a few scouts on my property over the years, and had seen firsthand that they, just like me, really enjoyed this place. So I approached the Boy Scouts and discussed an offer. But you see, there was an obstacle. They felt they didn't have enough money to own and operate a ranch of this size. So I sweetened the deal with a little more money for building projects. You see, if you don't have the persistence, the visions might not be even necessary. It was my persistence that allows you to be sitting here today, about to go on a trek to enjoy the wilderness known as Philmont. Good things in life don't just happen. You have to have the vision to start, the enthusiasm to continue, and despite some setbacks, the persistence to complete.
Past in covered hills, country that I love, Philmont is to thee, scouting paradise, out in God's country tonight. Wind in whispering pines, eagles soaring high, purple mountains rise against an azure sky. Philmont is to thee, starry paradise, out in God's country tonight. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is James at Tent City. The morning of the day that we hit the trail. And there's our crew chief, Rick. Woo-hoo. Heck out. Y'all did good there.
I woke up this morning.
It's only
hit my
7.
leg and almost caught a cramp.
I know. It was in the air.
You want to face that way you want to go, and your compass is adjusted for declination, right? 10 degrees. So, when you put the dog in the doghouse, you're going to have an oriented map, all right? But you have to line it up on these lines, and these lines that go this way are what? Latitude, and these are longitude. Very good. So, we don't just throw it down on there anyway, facing kind of north and orient it? No? You want to line it up with these longitude lines? Like that? One of the edges of your compass? Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Everybody? Okay. Very good. Yes, it is a good idea. So, then you turn your map, the entire thing, until the dog's in the doghouse. So, in essence, you could say that Barry is true north right there. That's where we want to go, okay? It's facing true north. Now, this is important to do because you guys are going to be navigating for 10 days using a map like this. All right, you're going to have to learn how to read it. You're going to have to know if you're hiking west on a trail, and you want to go north, then you're going to turn which way. If you're hiking west, you want to go north. All right, okay, things like that. You can look for trails on the right or trails on the left. You kind of know how many switchbacks are supposed to be, all kinds of stuff like that. Read your contour lines. Tell how much your elevation gain is going to be. All those good things. Tell if you're going to hike on a four-wheel drive trail, a pack trail. We covered all that, right? Okay, it's pretty simple. And I'll tell you that each one of these blocks is a square kilometer. All right? Pretty cool. And a kilometer is smaller than a mile. So, if you hike 12 kilometers in a day, you're going about, what, 9.5 miles, something like that. Maybe a little less. So, you guys can find out all that information from reading one of these maps. Meadows, forest, whatever. Any questions so far? Okay, cool. So, somebody want to tell me where we're at? Right now? Cimarroncito turnaround. Very good. Okay, so we're at Cimarroncito turnaround. And if we needed to know the exact location for our emergency procedures, remember those? Okay, hope so. If we needed to know the exact location, we can read these longitude and latitude lines, find out exactly where we are. Okay, and you don't have to worry about degrees or anything because everything's pretty much written out on here. All right, these are the markers for the longitude that are across here. These are the latitude markers. You guys have all had algebra, right? X and Y axis. It's pretty easy. So if we're at Cimarroncito turnaround, we come over here and we read our latitude first, our x-axis always, right? Okay, and you can divide this kilometer into 10 little sections. 0.1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty simple. Somebody hold that down for me. So if we're at Cimarroncito turnaround, somebody help me out by reading that one over there. Okay, we're at Cimarroncito turnaround. We come over here. It's between 4037 and 4038, right? Okay, so what are we going to call it? 4037.5, maybe? You guys think? All right, somebody else, come read the latitude or the longitude. All right, we're right here. We've got 4037.8, and then we're Cimarroncito turnaround down here. 8, 7, something like that. Okay, they're going to find you. I mean, if you put Cimarroncito turnaround, they're going to find where you're at.
On the other side, right here too.
We're not ready.
All right, you guys didn't hear a word he said, because I got to give this speech too. Anyway, be careful. Watch your balance. Don't let anybody fall on the fence. Okay? Push them off. They're starting to fall. Be careful. So, remember. Sometimes it's easier just to leave your packs on, guys. Okay, well I'm just telling you for that.
At Cathedral? Everybody say hi.
Can we stay here?
Maybe that's a stupid. That is a stupid question.
Cathedral Rock. All right.
They're not from here. What if they were wearing like Gatorade? Because wearing earrings.
What if there's shade? Shade's
It's got
light. You can tell how old a bear is by its ears. Its ears look real big in proportion to its head, and it's pretty young. If it doesn't have any ears, then it's a really old bear.
This is cool.
We got 8 people under a tarp one night's sleep. That was pretty cool. Really fun. 'Cause we were lazy and didn't want to put up our tents. Oh, we got one more coming in.
Yep.
You gonna sit on this end or that end?
Cathedral Rock.
All of us thought it was funny.
George and Rick thought this was funny. I don't
thought it was
know.
funny when he fell.
I wonder why. Oh well.
Hey, you need to.
Go ahead. Just turn back. Here's.
You want to draw one or draw till you get something?
Draw two.
That was crazy.
Two.
Yeah.
It's still my turn. It's my turn.
Hello.
Since I didn't, I'll change it to hearts.
Heart.
Okay, here's mashed potatoes. A mess.
Whoa.
We want to cook that?
Yeah, you don't have much choice. So that's the choices right there. We'll try it here. See how it works. Yeah, that's not too bad. So we'll get a few quarts of water here.
Oh, that's pretty good too.
Mmm. Green bean potato
Alright,
soup.
so now we're down to noodles.
I got one more thing.
Yeah, we're gonna need a little more water.
Can you toss this chicken in?
Yeah, throw that chicken
I don't know, can we eat all that?
in. It's not an option now.
Oh, yeah, it's not, is it?
Nope.
We can't even take it in the woods, could we?
Nope. You sump it, and you have to carry whatever's left.
Either carry. Dear God!
This is the way Wick washes dishes. This is yeah. This is how we wash dishes on the trail, and that's neat.
Unfortunately.
If you want to.
Yeah, right.
This is not what happens.
If you don't, the bear may carry them.
Alright. Whichever bag. Doesn't matter. Reach through here. Grab it as close to the bottom as we can. Okay. Tie it down. Real tight. That way it doesn't slip and fall. Okay. See how that works? And then we'll take the other rope. You can take one of them or both of them. Doesn't matter. We'll just take both of them to keep it level. Just like that. Make a large head. Okay. Get it as close to the other one as we can. There we go. Pretty simple, huh? Alright, now, we step on something. We don't want these to be tangled, so Gary, I'll have you take one of those. A couple of you guys just throw those up. The rest of you come over here and pull on the rope. Okay, when we tie off to the trees, guys, use a pipe hitch or use something with a bite, okay, so that you take the pressure off the knot. Hold on. Let that unravel real quick. We'll hold it. But pipe hitch is 3 times around the tree, and then you tie a taut line hitch. Okay. A bite is where you take it around the tree, and then you come back and take the rope back around itself, kind of like that. You guys see that? Take it back around itself so that it bites down on it, and the more you pull it, the tighter it gets. See how that works? Okay. Cool. So we'll work over here, and pick out a tree you're going to tie to. Grab the rope. Go. Fine. So whenever you guys are ready, when you get 3 bear bags full, it's a lot different. Okay, now let's bring this over this way a little bit. That's kind of close to the tree.
What is it, suicide bear?
Could be.
It does now. This live at the game. We are now playing Uno. Yes. Whoa, that's not.
Hard climb around the fire pit tonight.
Hold on, where are you, George? Oh, there's George. Dude. They
Is it?
That's where we hit the road to go to Ute Springs Commissary. It's raining. There's Gary.
You're right, Barry. They just didn't talk to
Me?
Come on, Pepe.
Hey.
Who, me?
I'm getting pictures.
Hey, Pepe.
This is a beautiful area. That's cute.
Packing your food.
Huh? We're at Sawmill.
That's a worthless fan.
I've been feeling kind of bad, so I hadn't filmed much here. John shot us this.
It's like you hit that with a shotgun.
Yeah.
We should have taken one of the
Remnants of their activity here. Wish I could have been there.
Get this one on video.
Oh, you got a video of this?
Chug.
We're chugging.
Yeah, sure.
We're gonna go back up there and do it.
And we'll see right here. This is where I'm chucking.
Nose.
Ah, it is coming out my nose. I just like sniffed and it's like.
Rick. Dun, dun, dun. Do it. Do it. Come on, do it.
Do it, George. Do it.
Eat it.
Film it, but I won't watch.
Do it, George. Turn towards the camera.
Eat it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Drop him on the ground. Get up and eat it.
Oh, gross.
It's 4:30. It's 4:30. Oh, yeah.
Oh, gross.
Oh, that wasn't a bite. Get another.
Another one.
Ah, please.
I know you want some.
You better eat it.
Ooh. Don't drop it. You're dropping it. Get it off.
Lick it, lick it, lick it.
Yeah.
Barry, I'm just gonna.
Like stuck to his fingers like.
Yeah, okay. For additional practice, you have to stand on
I
the
don't
ground
either.
and try.
We need to take anything?
Coffee cup.
You need to take me.
Hey, can I go?
Yeah, you can go.
I think you can. You
Just-
illegitimate scout. Me? Yeah. 18-year-old.
Rick's like.
A video camera. Wow.
What the fuck?
Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Those things will get you in trouble.
Yeah, they will.
I don't think we're being deviant.
See, I still have my uniform on, Dean Tooley.
It's all pretty much repeat.
That's cool.
I think a lot of that is
I
under
didn't like the architecture.
Here we are, Sawmill
Yeah, I don't
Cabin,
either.
chilling on
Chili
Yeah.
the horse.
Look at the view.
LA
Of course,
classes.
it'd be better if it wasn't so cloudy,
Michael, all right?
but we're glad we had the clouds.
I think this is the deepest, darkest crap I've ever seen in film. You ever hear?
What is
John, you ever hear John Fogerty sing this?
Yeah, dude.
Heck with that. Throw it over here.
Throw it back.
I will. Cafe.
Yeah, cafe.
I'm not singing on camera, man.
Come on, sing. Nobody knows.
Yeah, sing, yeah.
Come on, sing.
Doug. I'm on camera, Doug.
Maybe the last time.
Mom, Paul, watch that.
They're doing good.
Get that head of slam.
By the way, I work for Sony Music.
Do you really?
Yes.
No. Do you?
Yes.
You might get a contract.
Now don't tell. All right. Ready? Ow! There we go. All right, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Bring it on around. All right.
He's got one right next to you.
Cool. All right.
Come on, Doug. Ready? I hear the train a coming. It's rolling round the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. And time keeps dragging on.
whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
That's the wrong dress, but that's
all right. San Antonio.
Yeah.
On down to San Antonio.
When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry. Yeah!
Yeah!
I bet there's rich folks sitting on a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. But I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep it moving, and that's what tortures me. Woo! If they beat me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. And I let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
Better than Johnny.
Johnny home singing songs about the Southland. We'll miss our family once again, and I'll sing the same. Well, I heard Mr. Young sing about her. Well, I don't need her coming down. So I hope Mr. Young will remember. Some man don't need him around anyhow. Sweet home Alabama. Well, skies are blue. Sweet home Alabama. Lord, I'm coming home. Yeah, man, we're up to 8,200.
He changed that to Sweet Home Philmont, don't you?
Sweet home Philmont. Well, Mr. Shaw, he's got the small goods. Maybe now I'm saying something too. Yes, we do. Oh, they get me on so much. They pick me up when I'm feeling blue. Now how about you? Sweet home Alabama. There's a coffee in this one. Well, skies are blue. Here. Sweet home Alabama. Lord, I'm coming home. Yeah, no. This is super chicken. In Birmingham, they love governor. Boo, boo, boo. Now we all did what we did. I was messing it up. Watergate, too much for me. Does your conscience bother you? Tell the truth. Adios.
Adios, adios.
Have a good one. Thanks for the coffee.
Absolutely, man. Anytime.
See you later. Nice
Hi,
to meet you
Bob.
again.
Gary. Gary. Good morning. Good morning.
You're struggling, Barry.
Someone said you were sick. Are you okay now?
Yeah, I feel fine.
Let's go.
Just had a bad headache.
Are you already leaving?
Huh?
Are you already leaving?
We're getting ready. How y'all doing?
Great. How you doing?
Wonderful. Pretty area. Good morning.
The tar crow about 2+ bags.
Y'all done? Here we are, halfway up some mountain.
It's raining.
It's raining.
Been raining all morning. Been raining for the past 6 days.
Memories of Blood Mountain.
I'd like to get moving.
Isn't this wonderful?
I don't see a red light.
Everyone can kind of tell.
Great day for hiking!
Marvelous. Wonderful day for scouting.
Doing some hiking.
Okay, we don't want any avalanche.
Put up that crazy camera in the school.
Rick and George are too legit to quit.
Where's Josh? There's Josh. Let's get there's East, Nathan and Paul. Y'all wave over there. Hey Paul, wave. Whoops.
Y'all wave.
There you go.
Hey, cool.
What?
Oh, that's sweet. No.
You go down where you're good.
Cool. It tells you how far away something is. How far away? Kind of notice that. Should be around this thing.
How far away it is?
Very top pocket.
Huh?
The closest object. How far away is that mountain over there? I don't know. There's trees there, and it tells
Use
how
binoculars too?
No. There, that mountain there. How many people are loading the mid section? Central, yeah. See, Bonnie's in the north. It very well could be though, because see it comes back around. See, there's U Park right there. Philmont territory comes back around. It goes here. I bet this Bonnie. Which is highest, Baldy or Phillips? I'm not sure.
We're at Red Hills.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Got a pretty neat setup here now. Pretty neat place. Blue sky is finally showing some.
Look, a bear! Oh my God! We're being attacked!
No!
Save us!
No! Okay. Are we okay?
You're okay, yeah.
This trail's kind of getting to us. At least the camera.
Hi, Mom.
Mm.
Hey, as you can see, I'm dressed like Perry.
Yes, of course.
We'll just turn it around.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little upside down, though.
A little upside down. See up there in the blue sky, it's finally peeking through
Yes.
after 2 or 3 days. We got stuff out on the line trying to dry.
Want to get that bear on film over there?
Bear film?
Yeah, he's right there.
Baby on film.
Yeah, I saw John.
John clotheslines everywhere.
He just went down.
You know
This
how
thing
it is.
on?
Yeah, it's on.
Hello? Hello?
Fingerprint. Is it light?
You got a shirt just like him.
Uh-huh.
He gave it to me.
Is he your dad or something?
Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Barry, say no, don't break
You know what happened? He brushed.
Yeah.
What's that? No, we're not getting up
No, no, it's okay.
I don't think it's working.
It's working.
Maybe. If we're like, hey, what is this?
All right. Our cooks
Hey,
for
that
tonight.
bear ate my arms off.
Oh no.
Can't you see all the blood?
You're armless.
Yeah.
Y'all smile.
Hey, Barry.
How y'all doing?
Hey.
Oh, thank you. I like. It's cool.
Didn't give me one.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Trying to make it work, huh? How's the vestibule working?
good.
Cool.
I was like, Barry, let's go. It's cold, it's cold, it's cold, let's go.
Hey.
Are y'all gonna go get water or what?
Hey. Java at the handy side. He's over there.
Man.
Making coffee, the Java man. All right.
Yes.
Java man. Oh,
You
got
can
that
see
nice wool jacket on. Yeah,
Java man.
Java man.
Right.
Yeah, cool.
Got the nice wool jacket going. It's my cross.
Start over, I messed up.
Oh.
Can't tell.
I can't tell which one I'm using more here. The beads or the cross. I think it's the cross.
Oh, cool. After today and that long, chilly hike, yeah, I'm sure.
Hi, Barry.
Howdy. It says crew 2 at supper. Mmm. Mmm.
You can't have any.
Oh, we're making some now.
Yeah. But they're on a different plan. You know, like when we're having number 10, they're having number 9 or something.
They're the same tonight, though.
No, I did what I was supposed to do. I kind of. What? There's nothing spilled.
Oh, right. You got lucky. Man, Marco, we're about to shove your face in it. You got to start eating it.
Raw dough. Yummy.
That's not fair. We always have to eat
Raw.
his
Dough with fruit.
and then when we drop it.
Morning.
Morning. What's this, 4th day?
4th day.
4th day.
Clear blue skies. Isn't it beautiful?
How you doing?
He's naked.
No, he's not. Mm-mm.
Sean.
Yeah?
John.
No.
James. Justin. Gary. 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 Get up.
Good morning.
Hey, get one of those things from Sean.
Got the Philmont beauty salon over here.
Oh, yeah.
It's right here.
Wonderful.
You see this blue thing?
Yeah, you don't have to pay for it to get broken. Not now.
Smile.
Ow. There's not much stuck into my hand. Where's John and Rick go? Only got a couple.
You alright, Barry? There's another way I climb over here. You climb up the way I do.
Smile, John.
Only got 4 pictures.
Well,
See how sweet that is.
Oh, dang. Whew. Leaned a little too far. Careful, Rick. Yeah. Tired old man.
What time is it?
It's only 11:30.
Look at all those dead trees. I just now noticed it. Look at that over there.
It's sad.
I know, because we left it like...
They wouldn't let me go in it.
We left it like 9:30 and got here at
We got this
10:45.
We've been climbing on the
Sure.
rock and eating all the time.
We've been climbing.
We climbed.
Yeah.
Mr. Harcrow?
Y'all eating? No.
We ate breakfast, we ain't eating lunch.
Mr. Holland?
We don't have spreadables again.
I do. Hey, Paul.
We did.
There he is. Boy, that beard's coming on, isn't it?
It's coming out.
Coming out. Coming out.
I'm not sure. I think it's the diet.
Y'all see the big rock?
Big rock.
Yeah.
I see big rock.
Big rock.
It's not growing a beard though.
Nope. Nope. Not growing a beard. It's cool, though. Cool rock. That's why we stopped. Get y'all on there, too.
Yeah.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Homesteading.
He's got 2 mules. You can't see one because it's behind the trees.
Really? Homesteading at Crooked Creek. Crooker Creek, excuse me. Here's our other crew. Yeah, it's our other crew. Nah.
It's just me.
It's just us.
Copy? Just take it out there. No, I don't need to. I'm not experienced. Don't worry about it at all.
Program, I still don't quite understand, but I know I have a lot of chores to do, and some people might take that as a program. So this here is my working homestead, and this is my worthless brother-in-law, Ash.
Howdy. I'm very industrious. He doesn't say that though.
Well, there's plenty of stuff that we need y'all to help us with, if you wouldn't mind pitching in a hand around the homestead, and then we can show you around the inside of our lovely little homestead and tell you something about the 1860s. Well, you guys are just passing through, eh? You know, it's just a cruise here already, right? Okay, well, you need water. Down there in the creek, you see a little pink flag. That's where we get our water. Make sure you purify it. Anything else you can do? What about pass through?
Well, if y'all have your mail, we can take it. Theoretically.
Oh, okay.
We'll only read it a couple times. I tell you what, are y'all sister crews or y'all one crew?
No,
crews?
sisters over there.
Crews over there. We may give them a cabin tour first, just to kind of do that, get that done. Just want to be clear on that, right? This is our happy homestead, and we're going to bring y'all inside, and y'all can kind of take a look. And you're welcome to sit anywhere. We got some beds and benches. It may be kind of a tight fit. We're have a lot of pass-through visitors today, and kind of going to be juggling several balls in the air at once. But we're going to have y'all come on in and just ask questions and whatever and stuff. Once again, this is Pinky. My name's Ash, and this is Marie. If y'all have any questions, just let us know.
Don't hit me like that, Willie.
William.
William. He wears pink shirts on occasion. Y'all come on in. We'll get started.
I don't. It's not a contest on how hard you can pull the saw. You want to keep the saw flat, and the power comes from pulling, and you let loose, and pull, 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 pull. Don't push. It don't work. Okay? You finish off here. Anybody start?
How about we...
Not how hard you push down. How many times you across. Keep the saw horizontal.
Done, Rick. Just coming, bro.
Start getting into the woods, huh?
So fast. Yeah.
Cool.
I'll do this. All right, go.
Almost. Stand burr. All right. You want to go to sleep? Yeah.
I like to have the loft.
Feel this hide.
Oh. It's a buffalo hide. There's the dulcimer and the guitar. James? Gary?
No, man.
You really look after my feet, all right? I'm right next to you. Feet out their stuff, man.
The loft?
How many can you get up there?
Probably about 3 or 4.
Please get out of the loft.
There's the wood stove.
Okay. Everybody can have a seat on the bed, on the chairs, or wherever you like. First, how we got out here, so that you'll know that before I start asking you to ask questions. Okay. First off, my name is William Vanderwilt. I was from Maryland originally, but I came out here with my cousin Peter because we pretty much lost everything in Maryland during the War of Northern Aggression, that is. We fought for the side of the South. Well, after that, we came out here in 1865, and we went around, and we got to Cimarron, and ran into, I still won't understand those things, but we ran into Lucian B. Maxwell, and we asked him if we could get a job. He said, sure, I got some cattle that need to be run. So Peter and I, we were running cattle for Lucian B. Maxwell, and we decided that this looked like a good place to start a homestead. Well, we thought it was free land, so we started our homestead up, and Lucian B. Maxwell is quite an interesting land man. His middle initials B. It stands for Bonaparte. Who else had the initial Bonaparte?
Napoleon.
Exactly. That's why Lucian was called the Bonaparte of the West. Napoleon of the West, because he decided that after he got his land by marrying Luz Beaubien, Maxwell had all this land. Well, nobody quite knew how much it was, so he hired his own private surveyors to go out and find out how much land he had. I think it's quite an interesting idea, but I don't think it will work nowadays. They came back and said, you have 1,750,000 acres. Well, this is the most land anybody has ever owned in the United States of America. It's very interesting. So all of a sudden we went from being free men to being squatters on his land. His land grew immensely, supposedly. Well, we had no problems with that because Lucian, though he made a lot of money off a lot of people, was still a pretty good man. He didn't charge us taxes, and he was pretty good about it because he pretty much knew he had it down. He owned Cimarron. If I needed anything, I got to go down and buy it from Cimarron. Well, he's making all the money back that he has given me for all the supplies I needed, so he didn't charge me any taxes. Well, what happened was in 1867, I had I sent back for Elizabeth, my wife. Excuse me. I sent back for Elizabeth, my wife, and Joe sent back for his sister, Marie. She lost her husband in the war. She's a widower. Well, Ashley, Bardwell, my sister's brother decided that it wasn't safe for them to come out alone on the stage. So he came with them. He's been with us ever since. And I can't get rid of him, and he's pretty much worthless, so we just deal with it. But he's here. So, that's how Ash came about to live here. Well, now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history, about the future. For me, it's a future, you, it's the past. Well, in 1870, Lucian B. Maxwell decides that, well, a little bit after 70, it's in the 70s era, he decides that I can make a bundle of money by selling off my land. So he hires some artists to come in and draw up his land, and it didn't look good enough the way it was supposed to be. So he had them do it again, this time with thriving cities, with people with top hats and coats, fancy ladies. The Cimarron River looked as big as the Mississippi. And he sent this over to the English and Dutch. Well, they were very interested, and they bought it all up, and they came over and bought it from him. Well, the Dutch sort of came over and sort of looked and said, it looks like we've been screwed over. He took us for the best of what it was all worth, and they didn't think it was worth very much. So they decided to make their money, they were going to charge us back taxes. Well, they started charging people up to 10 years back taxes on their homesteads. You can look around. I can barely afford 1 year of taxes, much less 10. And that's how the Colfax County War started, gentlemen. We took up our arms, and we went down there and we fought them off. Well, as usual, the Supreme Court decided for the men with the money. But that's all right. We had to move on, and that's how that all ended. And that's what I know about this area of town, about this area. Well, anybody got any questions? There are a lot of things around here to ask questions about, and I'd love to answer them.
Did you make all this yourself?
Yes, I did. My family did. Me and Peter, we built everything in this cabin.
Bet you got too close. Now tell me about it.
It took me 30 seconds to run to the top of this mountain.
Wow, cool.
Videotape.
You see anything up there?
There's a trail up there I want to go explore.
Up there somewhere, it's in the midst of the trees. Where'd you get the walking stick?
I found it while I was up there. It's hollow.
All right, cool. Do some neat things with that.
I'm gonna put a candle down in the middle of it.
Was are die Weißes doing?
They're cleaning.
They're cleaning, ja?
Yeah.
I see.
Everybody's up on the trail. We're about to go explore it.
Hello.
Hello.
Day 3 or day 4? I don't know.
Day 4.
Day 4.
Go to
We're having
Bobby Inn
fun.
tomorrow. I hear there's hot showers.
Hot showers at Bobby.
That'd be nice to shave.
I had a nice sit down, wrote some mail. Gonna mail it off tomorrow. What else did we do today?
Discuss the beauty of this place.
Discuss the beauty of this place again.
Gorgeous. Love the stream running through.
Yeah.
Great.
We're sitting right down in the middle of the living waters.
Have to show the stream some here. Oh yeah, your tent's right beside it. You're gonna sleep good tonight.
We got a wood badge backpack rack set up.
All right. Yes, isn't this a beautiful thing? Yeah, now.
I'm on Mount Everest, really, the peak. Summertime, so all the snow's gone.
That's my job. What's your problem?
Hey.
You're gonna have great snow.
This is Phillips Junction. First chance we had for a hot shower.
about giving their land away. So with a little name modification, calling himself Don Carlos Beaubien, and then teaming up with a guy named Guadalupe Miranda. Say that real fast, it's a lot of fun. Well, anyways, that name doesn't sound much more Spanish than it already is, and together they were able to score 1.5 million acres for free off the Spanish government. Not a bad deal. So, that would be Beaubien, and when you look at your Philmont map, this is the Beaubien land grant. I don't know if you're up for doing side hikes or not, but just while you're here, I'll give you a little geography lesson so you know what you're looking at. Behind us here is Bonita Peak. Over that way is Black Mountain. On the other side of those trees on the ridge is Trail Peak. Looking straight down, you can see it probably from that corner real well straight ahead is Burn Peak. And this is Bonita Meadow. Now, does anyone speak Spanish know what bonita means? Pretty, indeed. And our meadow is absolutely, an A for Spanish for you today. Our meadow is absolutely beautiful in the late dusk time, sort of around 7:30. It's a beautiful place. Coincidentally, though, it's not nearly as pretty at like 4:30 or 5 in the morning, so there is no rush for y'all to get up and out of bed and just rush to do program. Sleep late. You're at a layover camp. Relax. You should have nice things.
And I would jump in. I'm proud of it, but I did. I know, I'm not poor.
So Chuck Wagon dinner at Beaubien. 5th day on the trail.
Oh, I'm a sugar bowl.
Beaubien.
See, I'm working here at Beaubien. My two wranglers is Dell and then Brian over there will be taking you on your horse ride this morning. I've got a little demo I'm going to do for you as soon as I get finished. What I want you to do, I want you to stay in a single file line just like you are now. Go along the fence, go to the second set of steps. There, anything you're not taking on the ride, put on the bench any canteens, water bottles, fanny packs, jackets, hats, any stuff like that that you're not going to need on the ride. Dude, sit down.
Oh.
Smile.
Hey, Barry.
Y'all have fun now. Hold it tight, Drew. Don't let it slide on me. Sometimes it happens. Just slip back a bit. I got a degree in doctoring up brains. Braining myself. How many times I brained myself in one day? It's amazing. Yeah. Alright, now, I'm going to show you how. Alright, watch this. This is important. This is one of the techniques of braining. Okay, move that stuff. Alright, now when you're going to brain, I want you to do the braining. What you're going to do, I'm going to hand you your brain, you're going to look at it, make sure the bar's on top. Alright, watch out and put your hand right here because it's real hot and you'll burn your hand. Now, what you do is you make sure you know which way your brain's sitting. Sit it down firmly, okay? Put pressure on it. You're going to lean it forward and back, right and left. You know that, get all points of the brain. Now you don't want to rock it and get to going and you'll jump off your brain and it'll make it mess up. It's pretty grand. You're going to try to get them heated up. The stove, the wind's blowing a little bit because we can't run it at full blast or else we'll waste all propane. But, everybody see how we do that. The main thing is use two hands. Make sure this one's not down here holding the brain itself because that's why it gets hot. There you go. Everybody wave. Say smile. You know, but, you know. Hey, yeah, Kyle came up to meet us.
I like it a lot.
Alright, great. Hey, turn around. Seth. Seth. Y'all smile. This is fish camp. where they're doing their conservation. Y'all smile. Smile. Crater Lake. Our 11th day, no, 10th day on the trail. Crater Lake.
Right next to him with the green helmet on and the goofy grin is our head rock, Ben. Yep. Next to him in the other helmet and the other goofy grin is Sylvester.
Who's that guy?
And this is Brian that's walking in front of everybody. Brian and Ben will be helping you get all your harnesses on and everything. Okay, before we go, first of all, you need to know a couple of simple.
Tell me. Say it.
On the way.
Okay, a week ago last on Thursday, I got elected the new National Explorer Vice President of Southern Regional Representative.
All right. This is Sylvester, y'all. Sylvester Tan. Up here at Miners Park, doing rock climbing, rappelling. All right, great.
On belay.
That's on right. Good.
Boys on.
So you guys can go wait back here.
Chloe.
What's your name?
Rick.
Rick?
Rick. R-I-C-K.
Okay.
Did you lower that helmet down?
Yes, I did. James.
Yeah.
It's straight above where your hand is, about a foot.
A foot.
Oh, now about 4 inches. Okay, James. You can move your right foot up.
Don't use your knees, man.
See that? No. Or underneath you. Oh, did you feel it?
Oh, 5-point contest.
Did you feel it?
I'll take it.
All right. It's all part of the job requirement.
Come on, Spider-Man.
This is long and lanky. I bet he just.
Never mind.
Bigger.
Just,
It's like going this way.
that's right. Sit in the hole. Yeah, that's it. Where are you going to put your feet?
Sunrise from the tooth. Well, the bottom, the gums of the tooth, that is.
Still can't see. William, where's the word stand?
Where it's all violent.
You need to get a couple.
Ladybugs.
Everyone do the same
Bunches
pose.
of them. All up the tree, too.
So it can make like a big collage.
I want to get as much baldy as I can in the mountains. Okay.
Alright, let's get on the video.
I like that flat line.
That's right.
Dang. Bad enough I look myself in the mirror. Wow. Right there.
Base camp.
Y'all coming up here?
That's where we're headed next. On our 11th day on the trail. Heading into base camp. Finish up.
Am I in your way? Oh, my bad. I'm in everybody's way. Where can I go? Guess this is the safest place to get right here.
Somewhere over that way is where we started. See Baldy way in the background back yonder? There's Baldy. I've been up that twice.
Y'all go get a picture of him taking a rock.
Boy, there's a lot of ladybugs up here. They're all over the place.
Too many of them.
And yesterday we hiked over there, not on Josh, I mean on Seth, whatever. We hiked over in that area, came around to here. Crater Lake, somewhere back in that direction. Ooh, there's a big mountain back in there. I don't know what it is. A big one.
It's hell. I could have told you that.
Yeah. Because it got cold in the sun getting behind a cloud.
Yeah, we run them off because we never job.
Let's go home, boys. Let's go home. Go down in there and get painted.
They won't what? They won't be as good as what you Is that summer run right there?
Barry, if we fall in there, we can't get up.
Hi, Mom. I'm in the cavity of time.
You've fallen and you can't get
The
up.
tooth has a cavity. We're trying to fill it.
Har.
It goes way on down in here.
Yeah, way on down in there. Probably the lost gold of Cimarron in there or something. It kind of looks like a little lake. Thought I'd film it.
It goes way down into there. It
Cool.
opens up into a little cave down in there.
It's beautiful.
I have a
Up on the tooth.
panoramic camera. It's a nail.
I was like last in line into that last
Seth.
Last day.
Same as you.
Heading into camp today.
What day you guys been?
Get what?
Apple orange. The last day.
I'm gonna get a video right quick.
Barry.
Barry Rock, people.
Let's go.
Guys,
They're beating us.
hey look, there's backpackers.
There you go.
Smile. Y'all squeeze in some.
America, this is you. Da 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 da. Yeah. I love you, Philmont.
I guess.
Wait! Hey! Matt, stop!
Then that just got shortened to Chope and the nickname stuck. He's the last living family member and he still comes through about 4 times a year. This right here is also from the 16th century. It is called a vargonia, and the writing surface here flips up and latches, and the 2 handles on either side make it portable. All the compartments you see are gold leafed and the white is inlaid ivory. And even the curtains, we're real fortunate to have this. It's not an upright version, it's a drawer form. It was one of 6 made by a company called Canadi in Baltimore, Maryland. And if you just follow me this one. And that's when it became the breakfast room. There's 2 things to look for as you go through. I'm going to let you go through on your own since it's so small. First of all, under the table there's a brass plate, and they would just tap that with their toes. It's on the floor, and it would come with staff with their breakfast or whatever else they needed. And in the corner is a brass samovar, which is a Russian tea maker. You lower hot coal from the center, and then that would heat up the surrounding water. There's also some fresco painting on the ceiling, and the Yugar brand is in the light fixture as well as on the fireplace. And after going through there, we're going to meet in the formal dining room to my left.
To take the samovar out of their treasury.
Southeast Germany.
What?
Was that always there?
No, that was added a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay, this was the formal dining room, and the table would actually extend to seat 16 to 18 people. The chairs are done in Moroccan leather and embossed with gold. At the far end of the room, the two paintings are of Don Carlos Beaubien and his wife Paulina. Mr. Beaubien had a business partner named Guadalupe Miranda, and the two of them were granted a 2 million acre land grant from the government in 1841. His son-in-law was Lucian Maxwell, who developed a lot of the area around here and ended up settling down in Rayado, which is just a few miles down the road.
Wow.
Nobody's quite reading.
Just a different lifestyle. I mean,
It was there because in the early part of the century, when the ladies wore the real long dresses, they'd have to pick them up so they wouldn't trip on their way down. And it was considered improper for anyone to get a view of their ankles, so this was there to prevent that. The window was hand-painted. Unfortunately, we don't have the name of the artist. It was done to show the coming of traders on the Santa Fe Trail. And this is Tanaha Mesa. It's off of I-25 between Springer and Raton. And actually, there's a few things wrong with this. First of all, it was illegal to pull your wagon with horses. And leaving Independence, Missouri, you had to have oxen or mule because it was a little too dry and rocky for the horses to make it all the way through. And second of all, you won't be seeing a saguaro cactus here. We don't have them in northern New Mexico. And we had one little scouter come through and he pointed out that there was one more thing wrong. He said that the Indian in the corner is shooting his buddy in the butt. That was kind of cute. They always have comments for us. And in the back corner there, the doors lead to the children's bedrooms. We no longer tour that because we let executives stay there as a thank you for the work they put into things. Below that is where the staff headquarters used to be, and now it's a conference room. We don't have any documentation on the paintings in here, but we do know about the bench. This is a monastery bench, and I was told that it's constructed this way because the monks weren't allowed to sit at all during Mass, but they could teach by leaning on the high armrests. And from here you can go into the open room right there. Curiosity in people. It holds nothing now, but it used to have an intercom system in there so they could reach their staff members. From here we're going to go to the master bedroom if you just follow me. That was real common back then, and actually some people even slept in separate bedrooms. And they're very, and actually, you know, if you watch real old shows, and all that. These days, they don't ever bed. But the first couple to ever have stay in bed is the Brady Bunch on TV. Like in the 70s, 60s, 70s.
How'd you know that?
I usually remember what I don't really need to remember. Okay, this used to be an open sun porch, but the series of arched windows here closed it off sometime in the 30s. And the furniture in this room was not originally here. It was brought back by Tope from his mother's home. She was living in LA at the time. And after she died, he thought this was the perfect place for it to be, so he brought it back for us. And it's kind of hard to stand on it knowing, but the rug here was actually done in hand needlepoint. I have no idea how many people or how long that took. And from here you can go back into the master bedroom from either side and I'll explain some more things.
That's why we're doing this today. It's soft plastic.
Yeah, really.
And needlepoint. Look at that.
Yeah. Took a while.
bedroom. The headboards on the beds were hand-painted somewhere in Europe, and the bedspreads were hand-embroidered. What looks like a phone between the two beds is actually an intercom system. It still has the labels on there, and if you look at it, there's only one that we can't figure out. It says Yoshi. We have no idea who that is. And then, as you come through this way, first of all, before you enter Mrs. Phillips' dressing room, you'll see Mr. Phillips on the wall. Make sure you get a chance to check that out. Then the first room you enter is Mrs. Phillips' dressing room. All the handles in there are silver, and if you turn to your right immediately after you enter the room, you'll see a safe on the wall, and no one has the combination. No one's cracked it yet, so we don't know if there's anything in there. Then beyond that, you're going to go into the bathroom, and this will sound real appealing to any of you coming off the trek. It has a shower with 7 shower heads, so it's like a human car wash. From there, you're going to go into Mr. Phillips' dressing room. His personal items are in there. And then in the closet, there's one of those old-fashioned jiggler machines for weight reduction. In the closet. Once you're done going through there, we're going to meet at the top of the stairs and gradually go into the basement.
Where's the safe?
I was going to ask her about this perfect.
Oh, there it is. These safes never been opened.
It's good for cleaning everything else.
That's right. It's good for cleaning what needs to be cleaned.
Right. God, I thought that was sick.
Not that she did.
It's these scout cams.
Must be the heater.
One overhead and
Oh, yeah.
no release to keep the doors from popping up. The same.
Oh, the safe?
Right back there.
Walk-in closet. Or mountain line, rather.
This was the main entrance of the house. The cars would pull up along this doorway here, and outside there was the auto court. And the closet you see here is where we put the painting that was above the fireplace. And what's unique about the closet is it's a closet within a closet within a closet. If you look, there's doors to the left, and if you open up those, there's 2 more closets to the left of that. And in the corner here back by me, what looks like a fireplace is actually a replica of an Orno. And they're used by Spanish and Indians to bake bread. A lot of the times you'll see them outside the home. They're adobe domes. We've had little guys say, "You mean that's not a doghouse?" No, they're another version of an Orno. And these are some pots made by the Pueblos of the area. This is done by the Acoma. These are by the Santo Domingo Pueblo. And this real large one is over 100 years old. That's called an olla, and it was used to carry water. It's by the Zia Pueblo. These carvings on the ledge are called retablos, and they were done of saints. They're Spanish. And this vase in the opening of the Orno is a wedding vase. The 2 spouts represent the union of 2 people in marriage. If you look on the wall between the sets of candles there, you'll see a plain Indian dew cloth. That was used in the winters. It would line the inside of a teepee, and it would keep the moisture out and the heat in. And if you look real closely at it, that's actually intricate beadwork done on there. And then the strands that hang down from the top are coiled with flattened porcupine quills. The striped hanging on the wall there is called a willow rod backrest. And it was like a traveling lawn chair. They would unroll it and set it up on a tripod of sticks. The one face of the triangle would be the backrest, and the remaining stick would be a support. And to get the willow rods flat like they are there, they'd have to place them over a heat source and then bite down on them because they would warp after being cut.
So if you look closely, you can see bite marks on there. Whenever you're ready, you can go into the open room in the back there. It's Ron.
Big.
That's
Is it really?
nothing in there.
Is that right?
Okay, this is known as the green room, or excuse me, this is known as the territorial room. Get my room screwed up. And it's designed to show the different home structures. Basically, you're going to see that in the ceiling types. The center ceiling is a colonial style. And then in the corner back there, the slanted version under the stairs, that's called a Hogan type ceiling. And the wood on that is colored with Rittenberry dyes. The third type of ceiling is beyond this real large beam here. And you're going to see real large beams that are vigas, and underneath them at angles are latia boards. There's a lot of pictures in this room. I'll start explaining them back here in this corner. This one was taken in Santa Fe. If you've been there or if you're going there, you'll see this building. It's still there, and people sit on rugs and sell their merchandise from there. It was taken when Vice President Dawes came to visit. He's on the right. There's three well-known artists in the center, and Mr. Phillips is on the left. The smaller picture right here on the wall was one of the last ones taken of Will Rogers and Wiley Post. It was on their trip to Alaska that they fatally crashed, but they made a few stops along the way, and the villa was one of them. Mr. Phillips is in the center of that picture. I don't know if you guys have heard of Fish Camp or if you're going there.
Yes.
All
Been
right.
there.
Okay. Did you guys tour the cabin?
Yes.
Oh, great. Okay, well, there's two panoramic shots of Fish Camp in the early years, and they're around the corner there, and then underneath them is a panoramic shot of the area before it was developed. It actually used to be an apple orchard. That's called a burden basket, and I'm assuming it's called a burden basket because of the way it's held or carried. The strand it's hanging by is braided horsehair, and that would lie across a person's forehead. So all the weight would rest from there, and then the basket would be on your shoulders. In the back between the two doors here on the wall, that's called a santo, and it was in a church in the area which had a fire. You can see the scorch marks on there. And Mr. Phillips helped them rebuild and refurbish the church after the fire, so they gave it to him as a thank you present. The three pictures under the Hogan type ceiling over here, starting from left to right, is Lucian Maxwell, Kit Carson, and John T. Philmont. The larger photograph above the bench here is Mr. Phillips sitting in this room, and you can see that when all the brothers got together for the housewarming party, they got a card game going, and the night was just overall a good time, I guess. They wanted to make a memory of it, so all the brothers lined up and carved their names into the tabletop here. Put the date down, July 4th, 1927. And Mrs. Phillips wasn't real happy about it, so it's been covered up ever since. The picture is the house before some things were changed. You can see that there was a lot more detail around the front entrance. And that was taken out so they could add the porthole window, which is in the library now. And then on the left-hand side of the house is a bell tower that was also eliminated. The top picture is of the cowboys and some of the family members. And if you look closely on the left-hand side, you'll see a little guy. That's Chope hanging out with them once again. And his father wanted him to go into the business like himself, but ever since he started coming here when he was 9, he really fell in love with the rancher way of life. And he decided that's what he was going to be, but he gave it a shot for his father. He went to Stanford, graduated, and a year after graduating, he joined his father in the business. But after that, they both knew it wasn't going to work out. So he's been a successful New Mexican rancher ever since. And I hear he can still name every horse in that picture. Not the people, but the horses. So he truly knows what he does.
The trophy room.
You'll still find in the area except for two. The one above me was shot in Montana by Mr. Phillips, and that's the White Mountain Goat. Across from him on the other end of the room is the native elk. And the story with that is the native elk was so heavily shot in the area that the numbers fell real low. And so, in fear of extinction, a local rancher brought in a different species of elk from the Yellowstone area. And the two bred, so they no longer look like that. And there's a rather large native elk antler in the corner over here on the bookshelf. All the paintings that you see on the walls were done by a cartoonist who worked for the Chicago Tribune. His name was John T. McCutcheon, and he was pals with Mr. Phillips, so he combined those. And as I was saying earlier, they often had guests staying here. Most of their guests really loved the wilderness like they did, and so Mr. Phillips kept hunting equipment, fishing equipment, boots of all sizes for riding. You name it, he had it, and he kept it in this room back behind me. It's no longer in there, but that's what this room was used for. And if you were visiting and wanted to go outdoors and be adventurous, you just come here and he'd issue out the equipment to you. This right here is a Native American ceremonial elk hide. And in the corner is where he spent most of his time on business work when he was here. There's a few more things I want to explain to you. The buffalo above the fireplace, if I might get a chance to see them if you haven't already. They don't really hang out by the highway too often, but once in a while they do. On the ledge here is a barometer. The higher the air pressure, the further the fluid will go up the spout. And on the very far left ledge of the fireplace is a hand-coiled water jug that was done by the Mesa Verde Indians. I don't understand why that is. Glad y'all come, and hope you have a good time while you're at Philmont.
Yeah. That's it?
Yep. As you exit to the left here, there's an auto port out there, and you'll be able to see some old churches and some port. Yeah, and they need nurses down here more than they do in the Midwest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what town looks like out there? Follow this brick side.
Is that an airplane?
See you guys over there.
Last night, the one that Dr. Baker has.
Little house on the prairie.
On the prairie.
I'm probably going.
Over here looking.
Tiki door, Sue Tiki door. KOI cradle board.
I'd just like to start off this evening by saying two words, Pizza Hut. McDonald's! Hey! No!
McDonald's is nasty!
Mexican! Yeah!
Discovery is a paid advertisement and in no way reflects the views of Philmont Scout Ranch or the Boy Scouts of America. Hi, everybody! I'm actor Troy McClure. You might recognize me from such films as M is for Murderousness and The President's Neck is Missing. But we didn't come here tonight to talk about my stellar film career. What we came here to talk to you about tonight is something incredible. It's turning people's lives around. Of course, I'm talking about the Philmont plan. Now, the Philmont plan is an extensive 10-day weight loss program where we change your diet, we change your living habits, and we make you a better person. Now, before I continue any farther, I'd like to get a couple of volunteers from the audience. Is there anyone who'd like? Oh, you. Yeah! He knows the script. What's your name, son? Hey there, a little trail Prozac for you there. What's your name there? That's really nice, Timmy. Now, Timmy, I'm going to set you up on this station over here. What I'd like you to do is just what you've done naturally. Have you experienced the Philmont plan?
Yeah, dude.
And you think you can handle it?
It's awesome. Like, the Philmont plan turned my life 180 degrees around. I love it, dude. Yeah.
That's really nice. Okay. Let's try and be quiet. I need one more person from the audience. Oh, you young lady. Come right up here. What's your name? That's great. Now, I'm gonna set you up on the station right over here, and I'd like you to get started. I think you guys can help yourself. The Philmont plan is so easy that everyone can do it. Ted, you can do it. Fred, you can do it. Bobby over there, even you can handle it. That's right, the crew leader can handle it. Now, what we do here in the Philmont plan is, well, like I said, we change your diet, we change your atmosphere, we change your environment, and we make your life a better place to live. Let's see what Timmy's doing over here.
Well, Troy, I've just been packing all my trash for a 10-day trek into this package of jalapeno squid.
Cheryl, what do you got going on over here?
Well, let me tell you, Troy, I just cleaned my entire mess kit with one drop of capsaicin.
My goodness, one drop of ketchup. That's almost clean enough to eat off, isn't it?
Almost. It's fantastic. Earlier today, I cleaned every dish in that mess hall with the same drop.
Incredible. Recycling the same drop, ladies and gentlemen. That's amazing. Timmy over here. Timmy, how's it going?
Well, Troy, dude, this Philmont food is awesome. I can eat all I want, man. And these awesome Philmont chefs, dude, they don't bother to weigh you down with, like, taste or texture.
That's for sure, Timmy. And now, Cheryl, how's it going over here? Hey, how do you like those hiking boots?
It's going great, Troy. Let me tell you, this pack, it's as light as a feather. These boots, they're like anti-gravity boots, like in skip-up quality.
That's special. No, I don't think so. Well, the Philmont plan can change your life around, and I've shown it with just these two people here. But I'm going to do something that I usually never do. I'm going to do something special tonight just for you guys. For the first 50 people that sign up for the Philmont program, I'm going to throw in a free Soft Frisbee! That's right! So please, send in your money now. So go on in. Thank you very much.
How are y'all doing this evening? Well, we'd just like to go ahead and welcome you back to the base camp, where you get to actually sleep 3 whole feet off the ground. Woohoo! And you get to hear that heavenly sound of toilets flushing. But the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come, guys. For on your trip home, you will undoubtedly hear the God-sent sound.
Welcome to McDonald's. That'll be 12 Big Mac supersized extra value meals.
Yeah. And
Something's giving us a little problem tonight because everybody's so close in here. You're gonna have to be just a little quieter unless you want to scream and yell.
No problem.
Otherwise, you won't be able to hear.
No problem.
Okay, what we're gonna do here tonight is we're gonna take you on a little trip down memory lane. How about that rain, everybody? Rain is good. Remember that. How to do that is with the blues. That's right. We don't want you going into society and causing havoc like you're doing here tonight. We don't want you going to return to the Pizza Hut and giving that poor waitress such a hard time tomorrow, so we're going to help you slip back into society. One of the best ways we found to do that is with the Philmont Blues Experience. Goes something like this. Now, the Philmont Full-Body Blues Experience involves feedback. Brand new equipment, ladies and gentlemen. I want you all to congratulate yourselves because this is the first time this year that the clothing program has actually been rained out. So give yourself a great big round of applause. All right, now let's a little sing along. We want to yell it out the chorus. It goes something like this. It's all because your mama don't work and your daddy don't sleep outside. Yeah. Your mama don't work and your daddy don't sleep outside. When your crew starts high, there ain't nothing gonna break that stride. You know what? Let's try it. All because your mama don't work and your daddy don't sleep outside. Your mama don't work and your daddy don't sleep outside. Break that everybody's hiding down the trail. He's hiding very fast, but everybody's hiding down the trail. He's hiding very fast, but everybody's what's the reason he's hiding so fast? Shaking his little pelican ball.
Extra weight on that trail, right? All right, now let's see what we have. Remember, if I don't say it, you don't need it.
an extra pair of pants. First of all, you only need one pair of pants. Second of all, jeans are heavy. Does he need this extra pair of pants? And this, a sleeping bag. A sleeping bag? You think you're going to sleep on the trail? What kind of pansy are you? Does he need this sleeping bag? I don't say you don't need it. You didn't say food. We don't eat food on the trail. We eat rocks, and we eat dirt, and we like it. Hiking boots. Do you think the pioneers had hiking boots? No, we hike barefoot. What kind of pansy are you? Do you want to be like me? It takes decades of hard work to become the hacky sack master that I am. A backpack? A backpack? Just more extra weight! All right,
when you camped in Philmont, we provided you with somebody to help you through your experience. We provided you someone who was rough and rugged and not afraid of snakes. That's right, we're talking about those lean green hiking machines, your Philmont Ranger. Let me get this straight. Wasn't your Philmont Ranger that extra special guy or gal who got up and cooked you breakfast every morning?
Was your Philmont Ranger the one who carried all that crew gear and food for you guys?
Wait a minute. One thing I know for sure about Rangers, and that is that they are no dummies. You know how we know that?
The first day we were hiking, the ranger was pretending to be smart, and he was hiking, telling you all this stuff, and you hiked, I don't know, 1, maybe 2 miles downhill. The second day, your ranger's with you, then you hike, I don't know what.
Maybe 4 miles tops.
At the most, The third day, you hike.
Hey, your ranger wave goodbye.
50 million miles uphill.
50 million miles. The ranger's laughing all the way back to base camp with that empty pound cake container in his hand. And a great big pillow. I like what they look like they're full. But your Philmont Ranger introduced you to a lot of cool stuff that you can take back and use every day in the rest of your life.
That's true.
Interesting things you can always do. Things like
I mean, won't your friends be impressed when you come out of Burger King and you start chucking your fries into the trees?
Now, no bears will get them. And your Rangers also introduced you to that famous Philmont 4-letter word, stumps. That's right. Neighbors will be really impressed when they see you out in the backyard washing the dishes over the frisbee. I think that one boy been in the mountains just a little too long. But one of the scariest things is your Philmont Ranger introduced you to came in a clear plastic bag, and it was marked High Adventure. You have entered a void, a place without taste or texture. You have entered the trail food zone. That was good. How many people are taking their squeezed cheese home with them? You poor misguided souls. Hey
guys, species party.
Squeeze cheese is pretty funny, but it'd be just a little bit funnier if it made a noise when you open the packet that be squeezing out the crackers.
You know what that would sound like.
But we're not going to do it here tonight because it's in poor taste. Except for the jalapeno squeeze cheese, it'd make a noise and a little fireball would come out. And how about pemmican bars? That's right.
Pemmican bars were created by the same people that fit the cream into the Twinkies. That's a true story.
Montello's National Laboratory is here next to everybody, and I was talking to some of them down there in the 50s. They were doing top secret government research, and they were trying to figure out a way to haul hay bales more efficiently. You wondered how they got 420 calories into this thing. Shrunk it down, put some nuts, put some raisins in there, called it food. Spreadables? You know, every time you open a can of Spreadables, didn't one thought cross through your mind? Do we have a cat? We better have a cat. I just walked stuff 5,000 miles, and we better have a cat.
All the different spreadable flavors, they're all the same thing. They just put a different label on it.
You know, the little trail food was fine, but I think the real experience came with the big stuff. Remember the first time you had a supper out there, you got your stove down there, you pumped it all up. It's high altitude, you put those up on this one. We better get the crew leader to like this. Take the crew leader some matches. Somebody with a conscience in the crew says, "Get your head back!" You get your other stove out there. Go on, get that big pot. Put that big pot down there. All full of water. Come back in a little while. You look down in the water going. Look really closely. There are rock, sticks, and bugs going. Put the noodles in there. Come back about an hour later. Rock, sticks, and bugs going. Noodles are going. That's right, but pretty soon they start to transform like sea monkeys. You put the sauce back in. And that's about the time somebody gets a brilliant idea.
Hey guys, let's put it all in the same pot.
Right, so you throw the peas in there. Ah, get a little butt juice. Throw the peas cobbler in there. Beef jerky. Yeah, you're looking down at this thing going, you get your spoon, you try and stir it, the thing tries to get away from you. That's right. It's escaping in the hand there. You try and stir it, you get a couple screws.
Standing in the middle of a meadow, you are somehow different from the rest of the crew.
Because you've got something on the end of your spoon that is slowly creeping towards your arm and looks very threatening. They're pushing the smallest member of the crew up to give it a try. Throw it on a plate. Later on, when you're eating that first all-in-one pot meal, you have to ask yourself, am I supposed to eat this, or have I already? You know, Ben, we've been on the trail for 8 days and we've shared an awful lot. I mean, we've shared that tent, we shared that horrible food, we shared that pile of socks that moved all by themselves. And I just wanted to say, oh, I love you, man!
Yeah, but you're not getting my squeeze tea.
The trading post is the place to be.
That's right, Philmont Trading Post. We have a couple of specials we'd like to announce to you tonight, so you can go ahead and pick those up before you leave tomorrow. The first is going to be modeled by our lovely Cheryl. That's right, you're the advisor on the go. Lisa is 62.
Yes, sir!
With the Morton Mindy Rainbow Suspenders. You can pick these up at the Trading Post from the whole collection of Wade Phillips. Also available at the Trading Post is the Philmont View from Space. That's right. Be the first one on your block to own a totally useless item. That's right, folks. Also available at the Trading Post from KTEL Records is a new Philmont collection. That's right, you'll hear such favorites such as Where's the Toilet Paper? Mother, Don't Take My Squeeze Teas Away, and Switchback Fever, and tonight. Also available as a special bonus on this recording is, well, it's a song that I wrote myself.
Now please, Ben's kind of sensitive about this. This is an important, serious song that he wrote. He climbed up to the tubes right before y'all came here, and he just had a special moment up on top of the tubes. Well, it's the bonus track on this, and he tries almost every time he sings this song. So.
Do you have the time to listen to me rhyme about Philmont and everything on the rent? I am one of those campers who stub my toes on everything on the trail, no doubt about it. Sometimes my back plays tricks on me. One time I ate all those squeeze beans. There's love juice in my cup. The trail keeps going on. And are those my singing feet? Or are they yours? I the tube of time. The view was mighty fine. But the polar bear had turned my water to brown. I went into a bear. He said my life is rare. I love these camper snacks. They keep sitting down. Sometimes my back plays tricks on me. One time I ate all those green seeds. There's love in my gut. The trail keeps going on. And are those my singing feet? Or are they yours? Thank you, Philmont!
Her normal copy will play an advisor's copy. Now let's see what happens.
Man, I've been on the trail with these stinky kids for 10 days. Coffee is going to be my one salvation. Smells great.
Dad, you're Philmont advisors. Give him a hand, give him a hand.
Philmont advisors, they have the member of the crew that can grow hair over their entire body except the tops of their heads.
You know, as a scouter, the idea is to come out to Philmont to get away from the noise, and you want to experience the peacefulness,
the tranquility,
and the quietness,
the serenity
of Philmont. And the only thing you can hear as you're walking along the trail from the back of the pack. And of course, that famous Philmont advisor quote,
"Let's stop for a picture." I'm gonna sit under the tree over here. You guys get out there to the scenic part. The light's better over here. You know how all those pictures end up taken, just like this.
So that same advisor goes back home and he's got the slideshow up for the family. And he's like,
my feet on the tooth of time. My feet on Baldy Mountain. My feet in the Burrow Corral. My feet in the... Whoa! Get out of there.
You know, each Philmont advisor is equipped with his very own top secret hiking aroma.
That's right. No matter how hard you tried to lose them, and you tried pretty hard, when you realized they had the map or something, all you had to do to find them was follow your nose. Oh, he's 10 meters past out the tree. That's right. And you know, here at Philmont we found that there are 3 distinct advisors. I mean, there's lots of different kinds of advisors, but everybody seems to fall into one of 3 categories. The first being, if you're lucky, the Ned Flanders advisor.
Oh, do, Grandparinos, it's 4 in the morning. I've separated out all tracks alphabetically.
And if you weren't so lucky, perhaps you got stuck with a Barney advisor. And there are those unfortunate few of you out there who had to suffer through the Homer Simpson advisor.
Yeah!
No!
Mama always told me going to Philmont was like eating a box of chocolates. It makes you see it.
And there's a dehydrated shrimp, rehydrated shrimp, squeezed shrimp, pemmican shrimp, spreadable shrimp. That's about it. How about your crew leaders? Give your crew leaders a hand. How about that? That's right, at the very beginning, when you first started forming this idea of Philmont in your head, you were asked to pick somebody who was intelligent.
Charismatic.
Outdoor skills
are unsurpassed.
And instead, you got your crew leader.
There's nobody quite like your crew leader. I mean, after all, nobody can get you lost quite like your crew leader. So I threw out behind the dining hall the other day. They were totally lost. The little member looked up at the crew leader and said, "Where are we?" Crew leader got out his map, handy Philmont map, which is, by the way, large enough to paper mache a buffalo. Tried to do that triangulation thing that only Copernicus himself really understands. Finally gave up and said, "We're right here!" I think.
I'm going to take a little poll here. How many people here use a GPS system? Okay, if you don't know, it's a brand new technology. It can pinpoint your place anywhere in the world. And you know what GPS stands for?
Can't use a compass. Well, normally what we do when we're down to Campfire Bowl is we have all the crew leaders come up here and line up behind us and we make them perform all kinds of odd rituals for us, but there's just not enough room in here. So what I'd like you to do, crew leaders, find your advisors. You have your crew flags. And we want to talk just a second about the crew leaders, because actually being a crew leader is a thankless job. And if you ask a lot of these guys and gals if they ever wanted to be a crew leader again, chances are they probably wouldn't. Because let's face it, they probably had to deal with a lot of insurgency out there on the trail. That's right. You was right about it. It's real easy to be at the back of the crew complaining for 10 days, but it's very difficult to decide who has to carry the big pot. Somebody's got to carry the big pot. The crew leader's got to decide who's the big pot.
And you know it's not going to be the crew leader.
Of course. The crew leader played a lot of jokes on you. I mean, fair distribution of crew gear.
Come on.
How many of you out here tonight think that your crew leader was highly intelligent? I think we pretty much properly identified the crew leaders in the audience. And what about the rest of us?
How many people think that their crew leaders were wildly intelligent?
How many of you out there tonight, you know what you want to do. How many of you out there tonight think that your crew leader probably had a lower SAT score than this bottle of Campsite? Being a crew leader is not an easy job. I personally hated my crew leader when I was on Trek a long time ago, and I got to become great friends with him. And later, as I went on to become sort of a leader, I mean, everybody that goes to Philmont comes out of it with a few leadership skills, you discover how hard it is to tell people what to do when you don't want to. You just want to go be a member of the crew. It's so much easier just to be told what to do rather than to decide what to do.
And it's really easy to whine in the back of the pack.
Yeah, it's really easy to do that. So, we'd like the crew to get their crew flags out. I know you guys have your crew flag. If you lost it, don't worry about it. But I'd like to talk for just a second about the crew flag now. We asked you to hike these flags through the mountains for many different reasons, one of which was not to add weight to your pack. But we asked you to hike this flag through the mountains because it stands for a lot of things that are really, really important to us as Americans, as Boy Scouts, and as world citizens. Because the American flag stands for an incredibly strong sense of freedom that we all appreciate. And we all have here in America. And it also stands for, the independence and the ruggedness that builds our country. But at the same time, it stands for the responsibility to be careful out there and to not draw too heavily. And I think everybody that goes through Philmont gets a pretty good feel for that. I know that even though we're up to our knees in mud, we're still under a level 2 fire warning. That's right. I know it's kind of funny right now, but we still are. And this year is the very first year in the history of Philmont that we haven't allowed campfires. And so you guys all and gals have a singular honor and a singular distinction of being on the trail the very first year that you were forced to camp no trace style. So give yourselves a great big round of applause. Well, what we'd like to do, and we do this every night at the closing campfire, or the closing program when we're looking at a pile of dirt here, where what we do is we recognize the crew leaders and say thank you for a job well done, because whether you like them or not, and a lot of times you don't, they did what they had to do to get you through the mountains and off the trail, and here you are. So you are all living proof that your crew leader did the job that they were supposed to do. Now, we made fun of advisors tonight as well, and well, we can't take any of that back because it's all true. But your Philmont advisor is a special breed of animal as well, because a lot of Philmont advisors are like the Energizer rabbit. They just keep coming back and coming back and coming back. And a lot of them only have, 2 weeks out of the whole year for vacation. And instead of staying at home in a lazy boy recliner with a remote control and a great big glass of ice cold milk with beads of sweat coming off of it, instead of doing that, watching Baywatch all the time. They could be doing that, but they didn't. They chose to bring you guys and gals out here so that you could experience some of what they've experienced. There's a lot of magic in those mountains out there, and they're hard to describe. You go back to your council camp, or you go back to your troop headquarters, and you try and explain Philmont to the rest of the people in your troop, and they all want to know, and you just can't you can tell them about, you can tell them about shooting rifles, if you got to shoot rifles at veranda, or horseback rides, or rock climbing, and stuff like that, but they just don't get it. They just don't understand it. It's really hard to put your finger on what's so special about Philmont, but it is undeniable that something is very special about Philmont, because let me tell you a little story. We had a guy come into the Welcome Center about a week ago, was a camper in 1941. That's right, had not been back to Philmont since 1941, and his wife actually made him come back to Philmont because he would not stop talking about it for 50 years. A true story. They came here, he was amazed, and things are completely different from they were in 1941, but it's still the same. The magic in those mountains is still the same. And the advisors have a rough job too. I mean, it's not easy dealing with you guys and gals. It's not. And they can't wait to get away from you, quite honestly. But they love you, I know that, but still, it's 10 days. You guys think that all those trail food jokes we made were kind of funny tonight too, didn't you? And you don't realize how trail food affects you. Trail food affects you for a long time. And you think that's funny here now, but wait till tomorrow when you're trapped in a vehicle out on the plains trying to kick the windshield out of the car to get some air. You'll be laughing then. The point I'm trying to make with all this is that your advisor is very special. Your advisor has done you a great service, and you just don't realize it yet. Someday you will. Someday, if you're really, really lucky, maybe some of you could be Philmont advisors. Maybe if you're extremely lucky, some of you may be able to come back to Philmont, work on Philmont staff, which is one of the greatest jobs in the world. That's right. And if you're extremely, extremely lucky, perhaps someday you will get to come back to Philmont and hike with your son or daughter. It happens. It's a special thing. And some of you have gotten a chance to see that, and it's something that you just can't get everywhere. Now, what I would like for you to do, crew leaders, I know it's cramped quarters in here, but what we want you to do is we want you to take your crew flag, and we want you to present it to your advisors and say thank you very much. Give a handshake. Everybody who is not a crew leader and advisor, give yourselves a great big hand because you made it. You made it happen. I wouldn't like anybody to volunteer around for wonderful work. This old fire high, thinking where I'd rather be. Maybe chasing senoritas in old Mexico, standing on the top of all these. If I had the money, well, I tell you, honey, we'd be on that third plane of Spain. But as long as we're here, and to see it clear, we're gonna hike in the New Mexico rain. New Mexico rain. Well, it's hot down in Texas rain. Well, I call this my home. If I ain't happy here, I ain't happy nowhere. New Mexico rain. My mind starts to run. Brody. Well, the lights of the city keep calling my name. You know I've been through that before. Like a giant hotel room, a long dead-end street, the checkout sign right on the door. If I had the money, well, I tell you, honey, we'd be on that New Delhi train. But as long as we're here, the answer seems clear. We're gonna ride in the New Mexico rain. New Mexico rain. Well, it's hot down in Texas rain. Well, I call it my home. If I ain't happy here, I ain't happy nowhere. New Mexico rain, and my mind starts to I've been talking all day to the man in the town. He sure seems unhappy to me. He ain't going nowhere, he's going their path. The end of the life that I lead. If I had money, well, I tell you, honey, keep it from going insane. But as long as we're here, the answer seems clear. We're gonna walk in the New Mexico rain. New Mexico rain. Well, it's hot down in Mexico rain. Well, I call it my home. If I ain't happy here, I ain't happy nowhere. New Mexico rain, and my mind starts to roam. Thank you.
You know, at opening campfire, something was mentioned of the Philmont Challenge. You guys didn't know what the Philmont Challenge was yet because you hadn't had your Philmont experience yet. But now you have, and you're a changed person, and you know what the Philmont Challenge is. And I'm just going to talk briefly about that for a few minutes. The first part of the Philmont Challenge is a physical challenge. It's real easy to see. Your legs hurt, your lungs hurt. It's tough carrying a pack for 10 days all by yourself with all the stuff that you need. You got to get up at 4:35 in the morning. 3, 2, 1. My point is that it's hard. And that very often goes hand in hand with the mental challenge, which is the second part of the Philmont Challenge. The mental challenge, first of all, very often you have to force your body to do what you didn't think it could do. You have to force it to go higher, you need to force it to go farther, and once you get on the top of that peak, it feels real good. Because you did it, and you exceeded the bounds of what you thought you could do. You also had to cooperate with your team members. Philmont is very much based upon a team philosophy. And it has taught you a lot of things that you'll be able to take home with you, back to school, back to work, back to the workforce when you grow up, stuff that you'll be able to know. Stuff that, how to work with the team, the stuff that you did in the code course that can be real helpful for you. The third part of the Philmont Challenge is probably the hardest to define. And that's the spiritual challenge. Now, at this point, I'm not really talking about a certain denomination or religious institution, although very often that goes hand in hand with the Philmont Spiritual Challenge. Hopefully, at one point during your trek, you were alone. You were watching the stars or the rain or the scenery, and you could feel something wash over you. It was refreshing, and it was renewing, and healing. And you felt your soul expand just a little bit. These mountains have something special in them, and we want you to capture that moment, to remember that moment, because it's something that will be very helpful to you in the future. There will be days when you're in school, and it's Monday morning, and it's math class, and your girlfriend isn't acting quite like you'd like her to, and you may be feeling a little down on yourself. These things happen. And at that point, you will be able to look back on your Philmont experience and remember that time when you were looking at the stars, when you felt a little bit refreshed, when you felt a little bit renewed. We want you to capture that and take it home with you. So these three parts make up the Philmont Challenge. And the very fact that you all are here, that you persevered, that you're finished, has shown that you have faced your Philmont Challenge, you've accepted the Philmont Challenge, and you've risen above the Philmont Challenge. So give yourselves a big round of applause. Make some noise. Nice job, congratulations. The Philmont, it's not something that hits you right away. Right now you're tired, you're wet, you just want to sleep on a dry bed. But in a couple minutes, or a couple months, you'll discover just how special it is that you got out here, because not many people got to do it. And you'll find that if you meet someone who's been to Philmont, you'll have an instant bond with that person, and an instant friendship with that person. Some advisors come out here for 30, 40 years. And that's the reason why they come out, is because they change for the little bit better, a little bit. So I'd like you guys to ask yourself how you changed and how you're going to take that back to where you were. At this point, we're going to hand out the Arrowhead Awards. Now, the Arrowhead Award is not a patch. It's not something you trade when you go down to the snack bar in a few minutes. It's something that you earn. And every Arrowhead patch has a certain set of memories attached to it. And it should be an honor to wear that. And people will look up to you and say, wow, you've been to Philmont. You'll be able to tell them you were there, but you'll never really be able to relay the importance of that experience to you. So, as we call your expedition number, we'd like you to send a crew leader or someone else up to the stage, the performance area here. And along with doing that, we'd like you guys to show all your exultation, shout out all your anger, shout out all everything, and make a heck.
627 H1, Atlanta Area Council.
Clear.
No, no. I need to hear a peep out of you guys.
Hey, you just Hey, you rule.
Alright, 627H2, where are you? Go back to your campsite or go someplace and our time together. I'm sure you have lots of inside jokes. And say something positive about it because it can help the person in the long run, okay?
It sounds impossible, but really is not.
I swear.
It is important that you say something positive to every member of your crew because whether you like it or not, you will never, ever forget a single person that was on your crew. I hiked here a million years ago when I was a camper, and I can still recall the name and the age and the foot odor of every single member of my crew. From 627D4, John Thompson, you have a message. Come see me after the show.
Check.
It's not a big deal, don't worry about it. But what we'd like to get you to do now is to rise, remove your hat. From the stage, starlit skies above, as they covered hills, country that I love. Philmont, here's to thee. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a safe trip home and good.
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Only the perfection of its craftsmanship keeps it from collapse.
Architects and engineers still marvel at its
The series of originally built in 1877 with operating, yet using them was such a frightening experience that a Santa Fe carpenter was engaged to provide an outside, a work of considerable skill in itself. The series of reviews on sisters and students who lived in 100 years. Today, they are restricted to the preservation and museum. The metal braces, wall and column were manipulated to cut down on the negative effects due to vibrations caused by the environment.
The 8 stained glass windows, which line and made, were made in 1874 by the Adelaide
Say cheese. Cheese is all right. Speak, talk, whatever. You want us to dance? It's early in the morning. It's only 9 o'clock. We can dance.
These guys are from Australia.
G'day, mate.
And they're mighty fine traders, too, I have to admit.
Utah.
Count 3, smile, ready?
Colorado.
1, 2, 3, smiling.
And Arizona. Mesa Verde, Pueblo dwelling, cliff dwelling.
Where'd the Jordan? Stop.
The palace.
Yeah, I'll do that. You can still stand up straight.
All right, Richard. 2,102 miles long trail. Yeah.
Pretty. Mount Heard.
Wow, many craters.
And the Great Sand Dunes.
But yeah, it could be. But it's hot.
Go get my feathers, Daniel.
Storage room for their costumes. Wardrobe.
No camera in there. No, because I want to listen to radio.
I got it earlier, but it was without the lights on. Big crowd.
There he is. You already videotaped all the people.
Dark now.
It's no different. It doesn't make the people any different. Doesn't make more
Place different.
The Assistant Head Chief of the Kasharis, Eagle Scout Jay Manning. The Head Chief of the Kiowa Clan, Eagle Scout John Perea. The Head Chief of the Sioux Clan, Eagle Scout Luis Aragon. Leading our Navajos tonight, Life Scout Eric Lopkop. The Assistant Head Chief of the Sioux Clan, Life Scout James Balicki. Chief of the Sioux Clan, Eagle Scout Chris Tomke. Coach for our Navajos, a member of our Native American Advisory Council, for the Membrano Apache, Gilbert Sanchez. Now, we told you right up front that all our boys are real boys either. We have a couple of young ladies as guest dancers tonight, dancing the main parts of the dances. And we present for you Isabel Rosales, Paula Sanchez. In addition to our Navajo, Sioux, and Kiowa clans, we have a fourth clan in Kasharis called the Chippewa. These are the really old guys that have graduated high school and are 20, 21, ancient. And some of those are here with us tonight. First off, that wonderful pair of merrymakers, and beginning with the cream of the sophomore class from Texas Christian University, former Assistant Head Chief and Eagle Scout Michael Bryant. For this, he went to college. The other half of this dynamic duo, former Kashari and Life Scout, sitting in the back there, Dominic Gutierrez. Dominic made the mistake of dropping back into town for visit just for one night. You see what happened to him. Some other old Kasharis with us here tonight, although they didn't sneak out for the Chiefs dance. Our official photographer, Paul Ariano. He does the camera dance. Back in the back there by the door, a longtime graduate of 1964, Ernie Martinez. Group that's really important, the folks you can't see out here, they're working backstage, down below, and up top. They're the folks who cook for us and help us make our outfits and take us on trips and drive for us, making sure we go to bed and make sure we get up, everything else you can think of. And that's our moms and dads, folks, the Kashari leaders. part of the many dances we do both here at home and on our road trips, which have taken us coast to coast, from Alaska to Mexico, and just a couple of months ago in May to the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in Washington, D.C. We invite you to hang around, look through our kiva, see the many fine works of art and Indian artifacts we have on display. We particularly invite your attention to the back room, the El Pomar room, where we have the works of former Kasharis now on exhibit, both in terms of art that they've done themselves and in their many fine collections. Incidentally, you will find many fine works of photography art back there by all our allies. Himself, who's now taking your picture and going to make you famous. Okay? And if anybody brought a box of whiz or something, maybe we can finally get those whiz. Oh. Thanks again for coming, and we wish all of you a good night. Those of you that stay with us, give us about 30 minutes to clear it and get down. Thank you.
Wow, it's the arch! Wow! Look, you can see windows somewhere. And there's a car and a truck, and there's St. Louis. Big St. Louis. There's the arch again, and a street sign. And Barry, driving. Hi, Barry. And oh, the arch again. Look, the arch. Arch. Bridge. It's the arch again.
Look, the Mississippi River!
Wow!
Wow, that's amazing!
Mississippi. Where's the sign? Seems we've already missed the sign to Illinois, but we'll get some great shots of people if they ever, I guess they're scared of a camera.
There's that stinking arch again.